What is coming for Aries did not come through the door they expected. It came through a window they almost missed, and that is what makes it so powerful. Most people spend their lives watching the front door. They wait for the obvious entrance, the one that makes sense, the one that follows the plan they carefully built in their minds. But Aries has always been different. Aries was never meant to wait. Aries was never meant to follow the obvious path. The fire inside you was placed there for a reason. It was placed there so you would move when others stayed still, so you would look when others stopped looking, and so you would recognize what others walk right past. These 11 opportunities are already on their way. They are arriving from directions most would never think to look. They are wrapped in things that might look like coincidence, like accident, like small moments not worth noticing. But they are not accidents. They are not coincidences. They are the universe delivering to you, personally, specifically, and with great intention, exactly what your life has been building toward. Pay attention. The window is already open. Opportunity 1. A second chance at something you thought was over. There is something in your past, something you walked away from, or something that walked away from you, and you have not fully let it go. You have told yourself that it is finished. You have moved on in the visible ways. You stopped talking about it, stopped bringing it up, stop letting yourself think about it late at night. But there is a small part of you, a very quiet part, that never completely closed the door. And here is what the universe wants Aries to understand right now, in this moment, with full clarity. The fact that you never fully let it go was not weakness. It was wisdom. It was a deeper part of you holding space for what your mind had already decided was impossible. A second chance is approaching. It may look slightly different than it did before. It may come through a different person, a different conversation, or a different set of circumstances. But the core of it, the heart of what it represents for your life, that is the same. And you will recognize it. Not because someone tells you, not because it arrives with a clear label, but because something in your chest will stir in a way it has not stirred in a long time. That feeling is information. That feeling is real. Do not let pride stand between you and what is returning. Aries carries great strength, and that strength is one of your most beautiful qualities. But strength does not always mean holding firm. Sometimes strength means having the courage to say, I was not done with this, and neither was it done with me. The second chance that is approaching is not a repeat of what happened before. It is a new version, a better version, a version that carries the lessons of everything that came before it and none of the weight. When it arrives, you may feel uncertain. You may feel the old hesitation, the old fear, the memory of how it ended the first time. Let those feelings move through you. Acknowledge them, and then make a conscious choice. Because this time you are not the same person you were. You have grown in ways you have not even fully recognized yet. You have developed patience you did not have. You have built wisdom through experiences that felt at the time like nothing more than pain. All of that has prepared you for exactly this moment. The second chance does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present. It needs you to show up with what you have now, not with regret for what you did not have before. Whatever it is, a relationship, a creative pursuit, a professional path, a personal goal. It is circling back because there was always more to the story. Aries, your story is not over. It has been waiting for you to turn the page. Do not overthink this. Do not spend weeks analyzing whether you deserve it or whether it will work this time. When the second chance arrives, breathe, feel the truth in your gut, and step toward it. The fire inside you never went out for a reason. That fire is your readiness. That fire is your sign that this second chance was always meant to find its way back to you. Opportunity 2. A new connection that opens an unexpected path. Not every important meeting in a life is romantic. Not every person who changes your direction becomes a lifelong companion. Some of the most powerful connections in a person's life last only a conversation, only a shared hour, only a single exchange of words at exactly the right moment. And Aries, one of those connections is approaching you now. This new person, and it is coming whether you feel ready or not, will not announce themselves with fanfare. They will not arrive waving a sign that says, "Here I am, the one who changes everything." They will arrive the way most meaningful things do. Quietly, unexpectedly. In a moment when you were not particularly looking for anything new. They might appear in a place you go regularly. They might be introduced through someone already in your life. They might find you through a situation that, on the surface, has nothing to do with connection at all. What makes this connection so significant is not just who they are, but what they carry with them. This person holds a piece of the puzzle you have been staring at for a while. They have experience, knowledge, access, or perspective that, when combined with your energy, your drive, your natural ability to take action, creates something neither of you could have created alone. The path they open is not something you could have found on your own, not because you are incapable, but because this particular door only exists at the intersection of your lives. Pay attention to the conversations that feel unusually alive. Pay attention to the person who says something and immediately makes you think, I have never heard it put that way, but that is exactly it. Pay attention to who makes you feel simultaneously comfortable and challenged, seen and inspired. That feeling of recognition, that sense of, I think I was supposed to meet you, is not fantasy. It is a signal. When this new connection arrives, do not hold back out of habit. Aries sometimes carries the habit of independence so strongly that you can accidentally keep people at a distance who are meant to come closer. This is not one of those moments to guard yourself. This is a moment to be open, to be genuine, to let someone see your real direction, your real goals, your real hunger for what you have not yet built. The path that this connection opens will require you to be seen as you truly are, not as you sometimes pretend to be when you want to appear as though you have it all figured out. Trust the timing. This new person is not arriving early and is not arriving late. They are arriving exactly when both of you are ready for what this connection is meant to create. The unexpected path they open may not look like what you imagined for yourself. It may be more interesting than what you imagined. It may be bigger, more aligned with your deeper self, more full of meaning than the direction you had been heading. Let yourself be surprised. Let yourself follow the lead of this new energy without needing to control where it goes right away. Aries, the fire in you will know what to do when the moment comes. If what you are hearing feels accurate, know that it could happen if you applied this energy consistently for 21 consecutive days. That is the 21-day challenge pinned at the top of this channel. It is built around daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you are tired of staying in the same cycle, that structure is exactly what has been missing. Opportunity 3. A skill or talent you overlooked becomes suddenly relevant. There is something you know how to do, something you have always known how to do, that you have never fully valued. You might have called it a hobby. You might have waved it away when others noticed it and said, oh, that is just something I do, it is nothing special. You might have kept it quietly in the background of your life for years, enjoying it privately but never imagining it could become anything more than that. Aries, that thing you have been dismissing is about to step forward into the light. Skills and talents have their own timing. A person can carry a gift for decades before the world is ready to receive it, or before the circumstances align that make it valuable in a new way. This does not mean the gift was sleeping. It means it was growing quietly, deepening, becoming more refined even in the moments when it was not being used for anything that felt significant. Every time you practiced it without purpose, every time you used it just because it brought you satisfaction, you were building something. You were sharpening something. And that sharpening is about to matter. The opportunity here is not just that your skill becomes useful. The opportunity is that it becomes useful in a moment when you are not expecting it, in a situation where you thought you had nothing special to offer, in a context where suddenly everything you have quietly practiced makes you exactly the right person for exactly the right role. That feeling of suddenly discovering that what you thought was irrelevant is actually the one thing that sets you apart, is one of the most satisfying feelings available to a human being. For Aries, this carries extra power, because Aries is often so focused on the forward charge that you can forget to look down at what you are already carrying. You look ahead at what you want to acquire, to achieve, to become. But this opportunity asks you to look right here, at what is already in your hands, at what you already know, at what is already part of you. The treasure is not ahead. In this case, it is already yours. You just need to lift it up and let it be seen. Do not be embarrassed by how long this skill has gone unrecognized. Not by others and not by yourself. The timing of recognition is never something a person can control. What matters is that when the moment comes, you do not shrink. When someone asks if you can do the thing, when the situation calls for exactly what you have, do not deflect. Do not say, well, I am not really an expert. Step forward. Offer what you have honestly and fully. Aries, the courage to put your real gifts on the table is itself a form of leadership. This talent, once brought into the light, may open doors you cannot yet see. It may become the foundation of something new, the calling card that changes how people see you, the beginning of a direction that feels more authentic than many of the things you have chased with great effort. Pay attention to the moments coming up when someone notices what you do naturally. Pay attention to the conversations that circle back to something you do easily but others struggle with. That is the door. And it is opening. Opportunity 4. An old project or idea gets a powerful second wind. You had an idea once. Maybe more than once. An idea that came to you with such clarity and excitement that you felt, for a moment, like nothing could stop it. And then something did stop it. Maybe it was timing. Maybe it was resources. Maybe the people around you at that time were not the right ones to help it move forward. Maybe you simply ran out of energy for it while managing everything else that life demanded. Whatever the reason, the idea was set aside. And somewhere along the way, you may have started to believe it was just a dream, a nice thought that belonged to an earlier version of you. But ideas that are truly meant to exist have a kind of persistence. They do not disappear when they are set aside. They wait. They adapt. They sometimes need to sit in the background of a life until the person who carries them has grown into someone capable of bringing them fully into the world. And Aries, right now, in the season your life is currently moving through, the conditions for this old idea are better than they have ever been. Something about the current moment in your life has created the right soil. Your experience is deeper. Your network, even if it does not feel large, is more useful than it was. Your understanding of what it actually takes to build something has grown through every other thing you have attempted and learned from. You are not the same person who first had this idea. You are better equipped. You are more honest about the effort required. You are more capable of the sustained work that turning an idea into something real demands. The second wind for this project or idea may arrive through an external spark, someone mentioning something related, a coincidence that brings old materials back into your hands, a moment of unexpected inspiration during an ordinary day. When it comes, do not brush it away. Do not say, "I tried that already." You did not try it as the person you are now. Now is different. You are different. And the window of opportunity that is opening around this old idea is real. Start small if you need to. Start with a single step, a single conversation, a single renewed commitment. The momentum will follow the first movement. That is always how it works for Aries. Action creates clarity, and clarity creates more action. You do not need to have the whole plan in place before you begin. You just need to begin. The second wind is already blowing. Feel it. Move with it. Opportunity 5. Someone in your life reveals an opening you never knew existed. One of the most important truths about opportunity is that it rarely arrives as a formal announcement. It arrives through a casual remark. It arrives in a moment when someone, without thinking, shares a piece of information that turns out to be exactly what you needed to hear. It arrives through the person you have known for years who mentions something offhand, something about a contact they have, a situation they are involved in, a need they are aware of, and suddenly in that moment you hear something click. For Aries, this kind of opportunity is approaching through someone who is already part of your life. This is not a stranger. This is not a new contact or a famous mentor or an influential figure from a distance. This is someone close, someone familiar, someone you see regularly, or at least someone you know well enough that the conversation will feel comfortable and natural. And because of that familiarity, there is a risk you might not be listening at the level this conversation requires. The opening they reveal may not be labeled as an opportunity. They might simply be sharing news about their own life. They might be talking about something they are dealing with, a problem they are trying to solve, a change happening in their world. And somewhere in what they say, perhaps in a single sentence, perhaps in a detail they mention almost as an aside, is an opening that connects directly to something you need, something you have been looking for, something you did not know was available. This is why presence matters so deeply right now. Not just physical presence being in the room, but genuine, attentive, listening presence. The kind of listening where you are not composing your next response while the other person is still speaking. The kind of listening where you catch things that would normally pass you by. Aries is known for speaking with fire, for leading conversations, for driving energy forward. But right now, the greatest thing Aries can do in a conversation is listen. Deeply. Slowly. With real interest. When this moment comes and you feel something light up inside you in response to what this person is saying, follow that feeling. Ask a question. Say, "Tell me more about that." Stay in the conversation longer than you normally would. The opening will become clearer as the conversation deepens. And when you see it, when you understand what it is, do not hesitate to step toward it. The person sharing this information with you is a messenger, whether they know it or not. And the message they carry is one the universe has been trying to deliver to you for a while. Opportunity 6. A challenge transforms into your greatest advantage. Right now, there is something in your life that feels like an obstacle. Maybe it is a difficult situation you are managing. Maybe it is a limitation you are working around. Maybe it is something that has caused you frustration, something that has cost you time and energy and maybe even sleep. You have been dealing with it as a problem because that is what it looks like on the surface. But the opportunity approaching inside this challenge is about to become visible, and when it does, it will reframe everything. Challenges transform into advantages when a person knows them deeply enough to navigate them in ways others cannot. When you have spent real time dealing with a difficulty, when you have learned its patterns, its edges, its hidden costs, its real solutions, you develop a kind of expertise that cannot be purchased, cannot be copied, and cannot be faked. It can only be earned through the experience of actually going through it. And Aries, you have been going through it. The advantage that is emerging here is not theoretical. It is practical and immediate. There are people in your world, more than you currently realize, who are facing something similar to what you have been navigating. They are struggling in ways that you have already learned to manage. The knowledge you have developed through your own difficulty is exactly what they need. And when that realization lands, when you begin to see that your struggle has made you someone others need, the entire experience of having gone through it begins to shift in meaning. This does not mean the challenge was easy or that it should have been easy. It does not mean the pain it caused was not real. It means that what you carried through it has value. What you learned has value. The resilience you built, the problem-solving you developed, the quiet inner strength you found when it felt like there was no way forward. All of that is now an asset. A real, usable, powerful asset. Watch for the moment when someone looks at you with a problem you recognize. Watch for the situation where your experience becomes the missing piece for someone or something else. Do not minimize what you have been through in those moments. Stand in the full truth of what you have learned. Your greatest advantage is not always what you plan to offer. Sometimes it is exactly what you never expected to carry this far. If this message is resonating with your sign right now, trust that it is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal at exactly the right moment. And you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support, whether as a subscriber or as a member of this community, is what keeps these messages alive. The ones that touch hearts, awaken minds, and transform lives. If this video has been making sense to you, drop in the comments the day you were born. Let us keep going. Opportunity 7. A moment of honesty creates a breakthrough where there was once a wall. There is a wall somewhere in your life. You know the one. You may not call it a wall. You might call it a stuck situation, an unresolved tension, a relationship that has reached a plateau, a project that keeps stalling at the same point. But whatever name you give it, it is a place where forward movement has stopped. A place where something is frozen, and no amount of pushing or planning seems to make it move. The opportunity approaching here is unexpected in its simplicity. It does not require a grand strategy. It does not require a new resource or a perfect set of circumstances. It requires honesty. One moment, one conversation, one honest statement from the depth of what you actually feel and actually want, and the wall breaks. For Aries, honesty is not the issue. Aries does not lack the ability to be direct. What sometimes stands in the way is the decision about whether this moment is the right moment, whether the other person is ready to hear it, whether the honesty will be received the way it is intended. You hold the words back because you are weighing consequences. But what the universe is showing you now is that the consequences of staying silent are already costing you more than the consequences of speaking ever could. The breakthrough comes when you stop rehearsing and simply say what is true. Not harshly, not as an attack or a demand, but as a clear, grounded, real statement of where you are and what you need. That kind of honesty has a disarming quality. It removes the pretense from a situation that has been living in pretense for too long. And when the pretense is removed, both people, or all parties, suddenly have access to a different kind of conversation. A real one. The wall that breaks in this moment was never as solid as it appeared. It was held in place by what was not being said. Say it, gently, honestly, with the warmth that is also part of who Aries is beneath the fire. And watch what opens on the other side of a wall you thought might stand forever. Opportunity 8. An unexpected message arrives and changes the direction of a plan. Plans are good. Aries makes strong plans. The energy of this sign is powerful in its ability to commit to a direction, build momentum, and carry a vision forward with genuine force. And yet, the most interesting chapters in any life are often the ones that were not in the original plan. They are the ones that began with a phone call, an email, a conversation that came from nowhere, a message that arrived when you were in the middle of building something entirely different. That kind of message is on its way to you now. It will not look like a sign at first. It will look like a disruption, or at the very least a detour. You will receive information from a person, from a situation, from an unexpected source that introduces a new variable into something you already had figured out. And your first response, if you are not careful, will be resistance. Because Aries does not like to be pulled off course once momentum is established. But before you resist, before you set the message aside and return to the original plan, pause. Sit with what arrived. Let yourself actually consider whether what came in is an interference or an invitation. Because what the universe is sending you right now is not interference. It is course correction. It is the intelligent adjustment of a plan that was good but that can be made better. The message changes the direction of the plan in a way that ultimately serves your deeper goal, more than your original route would have. This is not failure of planning. This is something better than planning. It is real-time guidance. The kind that can only come when you are already in motion. You had to be moving for this message to find you. And now that it has, the decision is yours. Hold the original route out of attachment, or allow the new direction because you trust that something larger is working on your behalf. The unexpected message may open a door that was not part of any version of your plan. Step through it with the curiosity that lives alongside your fire. Aries, you are not built only for the plan. You are built for the adventure. Opportunity 9. Something you almost gave up on reaches out one final time. There is a particular kind of tiredness that comes from trying. Not the tiredness that comes from laziness or avoidance, but the kind that comes from genuine, sustained, committed effort over time, effort that has not yet produced the result you were working toward. You know that tiredness. You may be carrying it right now around something specific, something you have given real energy to, real hope to, real pieces of yourself to, and that still has not arrived at the finish line. You have come close at moments to letting it go. You have had the internal conversation where you say, at some point, I have to accept that this is not going to happen. And each time that conversation starts, something pulls you back, some small indication, some internal voice, some moment that makes you think, maybe one more time. You have stayed with it. And that staying has not been foolish. It has been faithful. What is approaching now is the response to that faithfulness. Something connected to what you almost gave up on is reaching back toward you. It may feel small when it first arrives. It may arrive with less drama than you expected after so much waiting. But do not let the smallness of the arrival fool you into thinking it is not significant. What is reaching back to you carries a weight that is real, a possibility that is genuine, a momentum that, if you step into it now, has the power to carry you to the place you always believed this thing could reach. This is not the universe teasing you. This is the universe honoring your faithfulness. You stayed when others would have walked away. You kept the belief alive when it had every reason to die. And now, in the timing that belongs to something larger than personal impatience, the answer is coming. Meet it with everything you have. Do not greet it tentatively, as though you are afraid to hope again. Open your arms to it. This is what perseverance was always building toward. Opportunity 10. A pattern in your life breaks, making room for something entirely new. Patterns are invisible most of the time. A person does not see their own patterns the way an outside observer might. They do not realize they have been circling the same territory, making the same kinds of choices, arriving at the same kinds of results, until the circle is broken. And for Aries right now, a circle is breaking. A recurring pattern, one that has shaped the texture of your life for longer than you realize, is coming to an end. This may not feel immediately like an opportunity. Pattern breaks often feel uncomfortable before they feel freeing. The familiar, even when it is limiting, carries a kind of comfort that the unknown does not. When what has been predictable stops being predictable, when a way of doing things that has been automatic suddenly stops working or stops feeling right, there is a period of disorientation. That disorientation is not a problem. It is the sign that the old structure is dissolving to make way for the new one. What comes after the pattern breaks is entirely new, not a variation on the old thing. Not a slightly adjusted version of what has been. something genuinely different, something that your life has not yet had room for because the pattern was occupying the space. As the pattern dissolves, room opens. And what fills that room will be shaped by the choices you make in the period of openness that follows. Choose differently than you have before. Notice the moments when the old way calls you back, when habit and familiar comfort try to pull you into the same circle again. And make the different choice. Aries, you have the courage for this. It is the exact kind of courageous action that your nature was made for. Not just the courage to charge forward when you know the path, but the deeper courage of stepping into genuinely new territory with nothing but your fire to guide you. The something new that wants to enter your life is already at the edge of the cleared space. Let the pattern finish breaking. Step into the openness, and let the entirely new thing come. Opportunity 11. The universe hands Aries a door with no label on it, and the courage to open it. Everything in this reading has been building to this. Every second chance, every new connection, every rediscovered skill, every returning project, every honest conversation, every unexpected message, every faithful perseverance, every broken pattern. All of it has been preparing Aries for this final, most significant opportunity. And this one is different from all the others because this one cannot be fully explained in advance. The door with no label is the opportunity that defies categorization. It is not something that fits neatly into a plan or a goal or a vision board. It is not something you can fully research before you step through it. It is not something that comes with a guarantee or a clear blueprint for what you will find on the other side. It arrives in your life as a feeling, a deep, unmistakable, full-body sense of, "This is mine," even though I cannot explain why. The challenge with a door that has no label is that the mind wants a label before it commits. The analytical part of you, the part that wants to understand before it moves, will look at this door and feel uncertain. It will search for more information, more signs, more confirmation that this is truly meant for you. And while you are searching, the moment may begin to pass. Because some doors are sensitive to hesitation. Some doors require the kind of instant, full commitment movement that Aries, at its best, is perfectly capable of. Here is what the universe is saying to you directly, clearly, and without ambiguity. The courage to open the unlabeled door is itself what you have been developing through every experience on this list. The second chance taught you that worthy things return. The new connection taught you that the right people carry pieces of your path. The overlooked skill reminded you what you already carry. The old project showed you that ideas built on real foundation do not disappear. The person in your life offered you an opening you would have missed if you were not paying attention. The challenge showed you your own advantage. The honesty broke a wall. The unexpected message adjusted your course for the better. The faithful perseverance was answered. The broken pattern cleared the ground. All of it was for this. All of it was building the version of you that can look at a door with no label and step through it anyway. Not recklessly, but with the deep, grounded, firelit confidence that Aries at full strength always carries. Open the door. What is on the other side has your name on it. If this message resonated with your sign, trust that it is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it always sends exactly the right signal. And you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support as a subscriber or as a member of this community is what keeps these messages alive. They are the messages that touch, awaken, and transform. If this video made sense to you, leave in the comments the day you were born. There is something important to sit with after everything shared in this reading. Opportunities, real ones, the kind that change the shape of a life, do not announce themselves with trumpets. They do not arrive in packages clearly labeled as your great moment. They come quietly, quickly, and often dressed as something ordinary. The second chance looks like a familiar face. The new connection sounds like a casual conversation. The overlooked skill surfaces in an unimportant moment. The old idea rises again in a quiet hour. The person closest to you says something you almost did not catch. The challenge reveals its gift gradually. The honest word breaks what force never could. The unexpected message interrupts a plan just long enough to improve it. The thing you almost gave up on sends one more signal. The pattern breaks and leaves open ground. And the unlabeled door stands in front of you, waiting. Aries, what makes you different in this moment is not just that these opportunities are coming. It is that you are awake enough to receive them. The fire in you, the bold, pioneering, courageously independent fire that has always defined your nature. That fire is the exact quality the universe needs in order to work through you. Not someone who waits. Not someone who doubts until certainty arrives. Someone who sees the opening, feels the truth of it, and moves. The 11 opportunities described here are already in motion in your life. Some you may have already sensed without having words for them. Others may arrive in the days and weeks ahead. What matters now is that you move through your days with your eyes open and your heart receptive. That you bring the warmth of your genuine self into every conversation. That you treat the small moments as the sacred things they sometimes are. And that when the moment comes, when you feel that unmistakable internal recognition that says, "This is it," you do not wait for more proof. You trust what you feel and you step forward. Aries, everything coming toward you has been worth the wait.